On the air. This hangout is on the air. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another exciting Digging for Gold. And we're going to work on finding leads out there on social media. And Bill's over here with me, and we're gonna take on an interesting challenge tonight. For those of you that have been following the bouncing ball for the last several weeks, and also been on Todd and Leah Getz's trainings. Todd and Leah Getz talked about, Todd in particular talked about a macro that he used to program, and I'm going to use the words program his mouse because that's what the net result is. Now, we're not really programming the mouse, we're programming the computer to send keystrokes to the mouse. But the bottom line of this is that you have a hotkey that you can hold down, and as long as you're holding down the hotkey and your left mouse button, the left mouse button will continue to click. Every few milliseconds, it'll send out a click. So that if you want to follow 1,000 people, apart from the Twitter slowing you down a couple times, because you can only really do 120 people at a time and then you got to stop. But if you want to follow 1,000 people, you can do it pretty simply and pretty quickly. If you want to unfollow 1,000 people, you can do that even quicker and simpler because there's no limits on how many you can unfollow. So as fast as the thing can run, you can unfollow people. So I've asked Bill to come over here with me. He's had this capability running for some time, and he's frankly far more experienced than I am with it. But we're going to teach you how to implement this tonight. So this is going to be a little bit deep. This is not for the faint-hearted, but we will have a recording of it. And Marta, you're going to probably not be able to follow this completely right now tonight, but we will have you will have the recording, and you can always come back to it when the time is right for you to try to implement this. Chris, I followed 2,000 people last night and unfollowed another 1,000. And that's when I said, I'm going to get this working. And I got it working today with Bill's help, and we're going to show you how. Now, I also did something that's sort of unique. I turned on my screen capture software. I turned on Camtasia and said record screen. So I have the whole process recorded, screw ups and all. And I think that's good because you'll see where I screwed up and where I got stuck and had to stop and figure out what the hell was going on. And maybe that'll make it easier for you to not screw up so much. But before we hit all that, Bill, do you want to say anything, buddy? Come on out and say hi.
Hello, everyone. This is a pretty interesting thing that Todd came up with. It allows you just to hold the button down. As long as you hold it down, the mouse clicks are being enabled. So it's very interesting how he did all this.
And the installation and operation of this is really quite simple, but it's not something any of us have ever done before. So therefore, every time we jump into something totally brand new, there's always little gotchas. And we got to just work our way through the little gotchas. So having said that, and Bill, I'm going to defer to you on this. Do we want to put up the script file and show people what the script file looks like right now, or should we just go with the downloading, go out to Todd's website and grab the pieces of software and download them?
No, I think it's good that everybody sees what the script is. They may not understand it, but this is what we're doing.
Okay. So I'm going to go to screen share. Now, Bill, I'm not going to be able to, who just jumped in here? Junie. Hello, Junie. Hello, Junie. Let me give you the 30-second version here. We've been working on Twitter for several weeks, and we have a new little trick to play with our mouse so that we can just hold down the mouse and it'll do 1,000 clicks for you. You don't have to sit here and click, 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 click. We're going to show you how to implement this. Now, this is pretty deep stuff, and this is techie, and this might be a bit of a challenge. I don't know. I just don't know how techie you are. But you know, let's get through it once, and then you know, I'm always here to help anybody who's struggling with it and can't get it working. So, having said all that, let's go to screen share. And Bill, of course, as you know, in just a moment, once I pull up the screen, I won't be able to see anything. So just holler at me or butt in anytime. Just feel free to jump on in here at any time, okay?
Okay.
And by the way, just for those of you who haven't noticed, Laura's not here tonight. Her husband's surgery went well today. There was no issues. He's back home. And this was an eye surgery. He had one eye done several weeks ago, and then they just did the other eye. And she's off to the party with Doug Firebaugh tonight. So I don't know if those of you know that she lives very, very close to Doug and Jody. So they're at a Christmas party. So I sent her a message. Says, "What? You're at a Christmas party with Doug and Jody, and you're going to leave me alone?" Well, I got Bill here. So hey, here goes screen share, and share to everyone. So hopefully you can see my screen. So here's the deal. This thing that I'm pulling up right now, I'm loading, is a macro script file. Now, if you don't know what a macro script file is, you really don't need to know this. It's not very important. But what this file does is that it tells the computer to keep clicking the mouse click. So here we are with our mouse click left. That's the command that's going to the mouse. The computer's generating this. And what there is here is there's a delay in clicks in milliseconds. So the mouse clicks once, delays 100 milliseconds, clicks again, delays 100 milliseconds, etc. And this thing just runs in a loop. So if that doesn't make any sense to you, it doesn't matter. You don't need to understand a word of what I just said. But that's what we're. Go ahead, Bill.
Basically, what we're going to do is take this set of instructions, convert it into a executable file that you can run on your computer.
Right. And once again, if you didn't understand the word Bill just said, that's not going to stop you from implementing what we're about to show you. So let me close the Word file, so we don't need that anymore. Now, I'm going to start a video running, but I may pause it a couple times as we go through it. I'm going to show you where to get the files you need. They are at Todd and Leah Getz' website. Let me start this video. Now, and let me stop it immediately. Can you see the video? Can everybody see the video, Bill?
Yes.
Okay. So what you're seeing right now is just a picture of this is just a picture of my Facebook page. That's all you're seeing right now. And let me just go ahead and tell the video to start running. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Todd and Leah Getz' website.
So here we are. We are at Todd and Leah Ray's page.
Okay, Todd and Leah Ray. Let me. Okay. So the page we're at, you may not be able to read this, but it's toddandleahray.com/Twitter. And I was just there today, so this page is active and these files are working. You can go get them today. toddandleahray.com/Twitter. That's where we are.
Twitter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Todd's Secret Ninja.
Okay. And there are two files that you're going to want to download. There's this file called Todd's Secret Twitter Ninja Rapid, whatever it is, rapid something click, because there's a mouse over it, doesn't matter what it is. That's actually the script file that we just showed you. That's what's in that file. Nothing more, nothing less. And AutoHotkey is the program that's going to convert that script file and let it execute on your computer. So you need both programs. Now, once again, if you don't understand what's going on behind the scenes here, all you really need to know is how to download two files to your computer. So we need to download the AutoHotkey file, and we need to download Todd's Secret Twitter Ninja Rapid Click Macro file. period. So we're going to download those files. So here we go.
Rapid left click macro. There's that, and then there's auto hotkey. So first, I've already downloaded this. I'm going to click it and just download it again. So it is actually sitting here in my download directory, and it's called rapidfollow.ahk. So let me close that. Okay, and now I'm going to download auto hotkey. Download auto hotkey installer. Now there it is. It's downloaded. It's an exe file. So I'm going to.
Okay. I'm going to stop the video right here. I'm going to tell you that right at this moment, I got a little bit confused about what was going on, and I had to sort my way through it. So you're going to see this sort of me sort of sorting my way through what's going on here, because it didn't work. It didn't do exactly what I expected. So here we go.
It should execute. Open when done. Okay. Why isn't it executing? Maybe it is, and I just don't see it. Oh, continue to download. It's not done downloading yet. That's why. Okay. So it is. It's done now. Okay. Setup.
So I'm going to stop the video here. The file is actually downloaded twice at this point because I didn't realize it was already downloaded. I went ahead and hit the button again. So I've actually got 2 copies of it. I'm going to erase one of them. But the file is here on my computer. So the important message here is that I screwed around looking for it, trying to figure out why it wouldn't run. And you'll see in a minute what we have to do to get it to run.
So it should be, I should be able to execute it. It's downloading it again. I'm going to cancel that download. And let me show in folder. There it is, right there. Do you want to allow? Yes, I want to allow it. So now we've got the executable running. Okay.
So you see what happens. I had to go find the file in my download folder and execute it from there.
So the executable should be running. I expect to see something. Okay, please select the type of install. Express install. It shouldn't take too long. That's good. Okay, install complete. Awesome. Exit.
Okay, so I'm not going to go off the screen share right now, but we have, at this point, we have the file installed, and it's on my computer. Okay, so I'm going to take you now to the next video. What do we have to do? The auto hotkey, and what was the other file build? The .ahk file. What was the name of it?
Hold on. I forget. It's remote something.
Okay. All right. We'll figure that out in a minute. Okay. So here's the second part of the sequence. So we have auto hotkey downloaded and installed. And we also, the first file we downloaded was the actually the macro file. So here we go with what do we have to do to get this thing to work.
All right, this little tutorial is how to create your exe file for your hotkey function. So over here, we have all programs, and we're going to click on all programs, and we're going to find the program hotkey somewhere in here. There it is, auto hotkey. There's our programs.
Now, I want to stop here and just make this point. the way I did this, where I opened all programs and found auto hotkey, is, to the best of my knowledge, and I think it's yours knowledge, Bill, this is the only way to do it. There was another place where we saw auto hotkey, but the execution, the thing we're about to do, wouldn't work from that other location. So you got to go to your programs, find the file auto hotkey.
The auto hotkey is just a application on your computer.
Right. And it's going to take this macro file that we showed you what it looks like. It's going to take this macro file and compile it, basically, and turn it into an executable file. And once again, if you don't understand those words, it's okay. You don't have to.
Now I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to click on convert.
And I'm going to stop right here. See, when I click on auto hotkey, it opens a list of things underneath of it that I can do. And one of them is to convert an AHK to an EXE. That's what we want to do. So the AHK is the
AHK to EXE. And it brings up a menu. So I've got to have my source.
So the AHK file we want to convert is that very first one we downloaded, the name of which I can't remember, but we'll remember it in just a second. And when you download it, you're going to know what the name is. So it's, I mean, this isn't rocket science. You just downloaded a file.
Now I got to find that source file. Now that source file is actually in downloads. So
And there it is.
rapid follow. There's the source file. And destination file. All right, Bill, what do I do? Give it a name? No, you don't give it a name. Where do you want it to be? You want it in download file? Do I want it where? Downloads. Where do you want that file to be? I don't know. Destination, I'll put it in, well, I mean, you can put it in downloads. I don't care. Well, you can put it anywhere. You just have to know where it's going to be. All right, we'll just put it over in 2016. Since I'm making a video, we'll put it over in 2016 videos for right now. And then I can move it from there. So close this, save that, close it. 2016 videos. That doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Now, you'll figure this out in a moment, folks, but notice the reason it's not doing anything is because I still have to give it a file name, and I haven't given it one. So I'm stumbling through this a little bit, having never done it before. So.
Give it a file name. Okay, hotkey. Well, we just call it hotkey. All right, there we go. Now, that's all I need. I can convert now. Yes. Okay, it says the conversion is complete. Woohoo! So if I go over here and I can, well, let me stop the screen. Well, no, let me keep the screen recording running for a moment. If I go over here to my 2016 videos file, it should be there. There's the hotkey. That should be it, huh? That should be the exe file. So anytime I just click on it, this whole thing should work. Alrighty. Well, I will test all that out. I'm going to stop the recording. Very good.
Okay, so let me close all this stuff down for the moment. Stop the screen share. Okay, so that process got this thing installed, and believe it or not, it actually works. So let me show you. Are there any questions? Okay, I saw some chat going on here. Is there any questions that haven't been answered?
I think.
Thank you. Okay, so now let's just go ahead. I'm going to go back to screen share. And go back to, and I'm going to go out to status brew. So I'm going to assume you can see my screen.
Yes.
And so I'm going to go to status, brew, status brew dashboard. There we go. Should bring it up. So here's our status brew that we've been using. And as you know, I've got 2 accounts running right now. I've got my original MLM account and my mmedia account. Let's put our sources in. So let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and we'll take Todd and Leah Ray, whom I've been playing with, and we'll source that to my mmedia 5839 file. And like I told you, we're gonna go get some followers. So we're gonna get all source followers, and we're gonna select our mode, fast follow, and we're going to use the filter that we actually created a couple weeks ago. Now, if I click my follow button, you see we're following. Now, I'm going to hold the control button down and hold the left mouse, and nothing's going to happen. So what I'm doing right now is I'm holding down the control key and the left mouse, and nothing is happening. But let me go get that AHD file, that hotkey executable file, and I'm just going to double click it. So I'll double click the file, and now hopefully I can find all my stuff again. Back up to status brew, same thing, holding down the control key and holding down the left mouse, and you see it screaming away. It has now followed 35 people and it's off and running. I'm just holding the mouse, I'm not clicking it. And this will stop at 120 roughly because there's a Twitter limit at 120. So that'll be all I can follow for right now. We'll get the message somewhere soon, probably see the message. Oh, this is going to go right on cooking along. That's pretty interesting. Never seen it go through 120 before. All right, but there you go. We just followed 195 people. That's pretty slick. And if I go ahead and pull up my account, rather than Todd and Leah Ray's, and we're going to look at people that aren't following me back, we're going to select fast unfollow. And I use 10 days, Todd and Leah Ray use 5. I can't tell you. I mean, they know more than me.
Lynn?
Yo.
What you should do right there, you should always go to the bottom of that pull down and go to 60 first.
Okay.
The reason is once you start building up, say you have 5,000 followers, if you only go to 10, you're going to have a bunch of them that's going to slip through and they're going to start stacking up at the bottom.
Okay, but where do I find that, Bill?
No, the filter where it says 10 days. No.
This one?
Yes, pull that down, go down to 60. See, you've got people in there at 60 days, past 60 days.
Okay, cool. So now I'm holding down the control key, and that's all we have. Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't think there were very many out there.
Go to 30.
No,
what's going to happen over time, you'll end up getting pretty close between 10 and 15. That's where I've been running right now.
Yeah, because I've got nothing at 30. So let's go back to 10 now, because I just want to demonstrate the mouse. Okay, so here we go. Control key, the control. Now see, if I don't hold the control key down, I'm holding the left mouse down, nothing's happening. Now as soon as I push the control key down and hold the left mouse, it's off to the races. So once again, if you could see my index finger on my right hand, it is simply holding the left mouse button. It's not clicking it. This whole thing is just running like a freight train, and there we are. We're cleaning out the garbage. Excuse me, cleaning out the people that haven't had the smarts to know that they should follow me back. All right. Now, while we're over here, let me just point out one more thing to you. I went ahead. We learned that we should have our tags on. I went ahead and turned my tags on, and so now it's telling me, it's giving me percentages. So I was running from Adam Chandler's, and I followed 116 people. Total of 500 people, 116 followed me back, 22% conversion. So that was pretty gosh darn good. And here was a 29% conversion. But that, again, pretty gosh darn good. And then this is interesting. Here was a couple days when the conversions were really low. And I'm going to have to go back and look at the calendar and see what's going on there. But you see, with the tags turned on, we can look at our percentages and see what our ratios are. So hopefully everyone understands that. Now I'm going to go stop sharing.
The higher the conversion, the better you are. So you always want to strive for the higher conversion number.
Right. Okay, so who else here now? We got Marta, Bill, Chris, Junie. Okay, that's it. But so that's it. That's getting this mouse thingamajobber running. A little bit clunky there. I apologize. But here's the deal. I could have gone back, cleared everything off my computer, and refilmed it, re-videoed it, and left the mistakes out. But then I thought, well, let's just show you what I went through to get it going. So if you stumble into the same things, it's like, okay, Len showed me that. You know, I know what to do. Okay, and hopefully make it easier for you to get that going. All righty.
There's one point. If you restart your computer and you want to use this rapid follow feature, you have to start the executable. So every time you boot your computer up and you want to go into status brew, use the rapid follow feature, you have to enable or execute that executable.
And okay, let's explain. Let's make sure everyone fully understands what you mean. What Bill means by that is I have to go back to where the file was in the first place. And well, here it is right here. I've got it here too. I've got to go back and I've got to find that hotkey, the little green, notice the little green H. That's the one I got to find, and I got to execute it. Now I have it over in my video file. It's where I executed it from before. Execute means double click on it. Okay? So what Bill's trying to tell you is that you have to go back and double click on that hotkey thingamajobber. Stop screen sharing. Okay. No, those videos are not on YouTube right now, Chris. I could put them there. Or is the video and audio quality sufficient that you can see them from watching the replay of this webinar, or do you think I should put them out there separate? I'm going to wait for you to answer me, Chris. And by the way, you know, if you sit down with a cup of coffee, by the time your coffee's cold, this will be done. I mean, this really is a 10-minute process. If you just do what we told you to do, walk through it, it's really about a 10-minute process to get this all up and running. So it's, you know, for those of you who aren't used to doing these kinds of things, it may be a little bit clunky and cumbersome, but it's really not a big deal. You got to download 2 files, you got to install one of them, and then you got to execute the installation file on the script file, and you're all done, ready to go. Okay. Everybody okay with that? I'm looking to see if there's any more questions popping in the chat. And is there any more questions about running Twitter and Status Brew tonight? So I'm making progress. We'll just either way. Okay, Chris. Well, you know, the replay of this webinar will be out there on YouTube. You know, within a couple of minutes of us turning the webinar off, the replay is up and available. So, so it's all there. Okay. So basically, that's pretty much what I plan to do tonight. I didn't plan to go much farther into what we've been doing. I think we've done enough of demonstrating how to use Status Brew, how to use social jukebox, and of course, you know, let me go show you here. Let me go back to screen share one more time. We'll just take about 5 more minutes here. Present to everyone. Going to come up with. That's interesting. What in the hell's all that? Okay, that's the Status Brew stuff. All right. I'll leave that. Let me go to my. You can see my screen now?
Yes.
I will. Okay. Just once again, sort of as proof of principle, I will show you that. Well, see, Michael Stover via Twitter. I mean, I'm getting things coming in. So this guy, he liked the tweet. That's fine. A Weber notifications. This Susan Fury. She downloaded my 21st Century Guide to Social Media today. So that there's the only place that's running right now is out there on Twitter, and it's running in the MLM Twitter side. So that's, I mean, the stuff is working. I don't have the numbers right now. I don't have the numbers right now that Todd and Leray have, nor do I have the numbers that Bill has. I mean, this is my MLS, or not MLSP. This is my MLM account, and I'm up to 3,387 followers. And to be honest with you, I haven't looked at the numbers here in the last several days, so we can take a quick peek out there and see that things are happening. So the number of followers is growing. Nice little jump up there. Not quite sure what that was all about, but I'll take it. So that's that account. And then the let me sign out of that account and sign up. Yeah, log out of Twitter, because what I want to do is log back in to Organic Len. Remember, I've got 2 accounts now: Organic Len and Lemony 5839. Going to log in. Oh, stop it. Why is that? Okay, I don't know why we're going to go through a password reset, but we are. So maybe I had to change my password the other day. It might be, but I thought I didn't think I did. But all right. So I'm going to have to go out. So let's not. Well, maybe I should do that just so people know what's going on. So they want me to go to my lenmooney@hotmail.com account and find interesting. All right, there we are. We're in. Okay, so hey, look at that. I've made it all the way up to more than 100 followers. So, I mean, you know, this account was just brand new a couple weeks ago, and I've been growing it slowly. So it's not in leaps and bounds growing. I'm interested in knowing one thing here. If I look at, so now analytics show up now. So it's at 100 followers that you can begin to turn analytics on. So that's what we didn't know. We didn't know a couple weeks ago, where that was. So there we go. So we got 25,000, almost 26,000 impressions over the last 26 days. And we're growing our audience. I mean, this isn't a big account yet. It's only got 100 followers, but you know, the proof's in the pudding. This stuff just plain works. It is working. And you know, if you just keep after it, I'm going to go ahead and close out. If you just keep after it, it will work for you. So let's see if I can find the hay knots, stop the share. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so that's it. That's really all I have for you tonight. If there's no questions, then we're going to hang up for the night. I am not doing the corporate webinar tonight. I get a night off. Jackson's doing it tonight. And plan if you can to be on the corporate webinar next Tuesday, because Laura's going to do it for the very first time. So we want to be there and really give Laura some support. I'm sure she's going to do a fine job. We're going to rehearse this week, and she's going to be good to go. So that'll be fun for her. So she's going to do the corporate webinar next Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. So that's it. That's what I got for you tonight. It went a little faster than I thought it would. I thought we'd take longer with the macros. So you guys and girls all have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Based on our belief that the problems are resolved, we're going to go ahead with webinars on air on tomorrow morning's essential oils webinar at 8:30. And what are we doing? We're doing cinnamon tomorrow. Yeah, cinnamon. Cinnamon's a really interesting oil. Got a lot of interesting uses. So we'll be on at 8:30 in the morning, and it appears to me webinars on air really has resolved the issue. No one had a problem getting on tonight. So hopefully we're good to go from here on in. See you tomorrow morning at 8:30. Everybody have a good night. Bye for now.